We'll go Rusty, Diego, Marty Smith. Go ahead.
Rusty Ball and NASCAR Media Group. Just asking you to switch gears real quick. Slowest track to the fastest track. Talladega's coming up. Obviously we had Daytona earlier. Just your thoughts on going there, and with the cars that we saw at Daytona be fast, you think they'll be fast at Dega? Harvick kind of laughed and said, "It's a crapshoot." So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, same. It's going to be a crapshoot. You have no idea what's going to happen, or how it's going to happen. So, for us, what do we worry about going there? We just worry about surviving, try to survive. Right now with the way that we saw the race play out in Daytona, we're expecting the same thing. NASCAR's expecting the same thing. That's why we had the restrictor plate change already. They're being a little bit proactive in that and allowing us to get some testing done, some dyno testing done with the smaller plate so we can be ready for that aspect. Because I expect speeds to be higher because we'll be pushing all the way around. Other than that, it's just Talladega.
4 more questions. Diego, Marty Smith, Lee, and then Reed. Go ahead.
Diego Mejia, Autosport.com. Hi, Kyle. You probably heard the reports about the former Formula One world champion Kimi Räikkönen racing in trucks this year. I would like to know your reaction to that.
I think it's cool. I think that some of these guys from the Formula One or from the open wheel background, I should say, trying to take a step in NASCAR and see how it is pretty neat. It kind of gives a world presence to NASCAR. Everybody thinks, well, Formula One is the World Series, but I don't mean that in baseball terms. I just mean that in racing, world, globe. So I think that NASCAR, as big as it is, a lot of drivers want to see how they can do over here and how they can have a feel for the race car over here. So I think it's neat, and I hope he gets the things worked out that he wants worked out, and that he can come over here and run some trucks or run whatever he's going to run.
Just as a follow-up, what do you think of him making his debut in Charlotte? I mean, most drivers coming from that kind of series would do Talladega or something easier first than maybe jumping straight into Charlotte.
Well, I reckon most teams are from around Charlotte, so it's probably an easier tow for him to get there. Probably a cheaper route for them to start out and having him as their first race, but I think most of it's probably got to do with his schedule and just what he can do around his rally stuff, So I don't know how busy those guys are. I don't pay attention to the rally schedule all that much, but maybe that's his only opportunity. I don't know.
Marty Smith, all the way in the back. Raise your hand, Marty.
I can hear you, Marty. You're loud enough.
Plenty loud enough. Marty Smith, ESPN. Kyle, this is a general question, not pertaining necessarily to Martinsville. What is the danger line as a race car driver? How can you be a great driver without being aggressive, beating, banging, rubbing? And where's the line between not dangerous enough and too dangerous?
That was a lot of questions. The part about can you not be aggressive but yet still be successful or something like that, however you put it, sure, you can be that. I look at the 11 and the 48, they're probably the best two here at being able to pass cars and get through the field and either win the race or finish second or right up there at the front, and you can look at their car after the race and they don't have a mark on it sometimes, So, I think those guys are pretty good at it. There's a bunch of other guys that feel like they can be more aggressive here, and they might move you out of the way a little bit more, or bump and bang with you, or grind on you through the corners, or what have you. So it kind of depends on who all you're racing sometimes, how hard you're racing those guys sometimes. But certainly there's some drivers out there with different dynamics about how to approach this place. And some are aggressive, some are not so aggressive, some are smooth, some are erratic. And I think I'm about all of those, somewhere in between.
Move back up here to Lee. Right here. Raise your hand, Lee. You got a question?
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. 2 questions. First of all, how much does it hurt JGR not to have one of the dynos out of production right now? And secondly, have you watched any of Sam's skits on FoxSports.com?
The engine dyno deal. I don't know when that's going to be up and running again, but I would presume that it's still down. I have not been back there lately, and I hate that I haven't been. But, we do have a lot of support still through the the TRD guys out in Costa Mesa. So they're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing a lot of testing. We work hand in hand together. So, they do a lot of stuff for us. We do some stuff for them, and vice versa all the time. So I don't think that's necessarily a huge issue. It would definitely be better so we could have all of our resources back up and running to optimum and trying to move along with where we're at. And I have not seen any of Sam's skits on Fox Sports, so I tend to stay off the internet, or if I'm on the internet, I'm doing my RC car stuff.
Let's go right here with Reed, and then we'll end with David. Go ahead.
Reed Spencer with Sporting News. Kyle, you referenced the mastery of the 11 and the 48 here. With Denny being your teammate, how much have you talked to him about methodology, philosophy of running this racetrack?
I've talked to him a little bit about it. It's kind of like me. At Bristol, I might not tell everybody everything I know, so I don't know how much Denny's really telling me. That's, all I can pay attention to is how much Dave gives me. Mike Ford and Dave, and even Zippy too. We all share our information all day long, and it's just a matter of applying the right information for my driving style. And so, we do talk, and we do talk about different things. And I will give Denny a lot of credit. That's why I'm a lot better here than what I've been in the past. But I think a lot of it still has to do with the basic car setup and how that is. And so we've gone closer to Denny's way and migrated his way, which I think has helped us and just give me a more consistent feel every time we come here.
Final question.
Yeah, David Newton, ESPN.com. Along those lines, what's it like, for you at Bristol when you go to a track knowing that you're the guy to beat and nobody else should really touch you like Jimmy and Denny have here?
What's it like? It's pretty cool, you go into Bristol, and for myself, I should say, I go into Bristol and you're like, all right, well, we're here to win this weekend, obviously, so if you can put it all together, you're going to be the guy to beat. You wouldn't say I'm the guy to beat at a place like Michigan or something like that where my record is horrendous. So, it's I don't know. It gives you a little bit better pep in your step, gives you a little bit more confidence. Gives you a better feeling about how your weekend should go, barring any catastrophic failure or something like that. So, here at Martinsville, I come in here with a top 5 mentality. I know I can run top 5 here. I've done it however many times, and I've been really good here in the past where I probably should have finished better than what I have, but just not quite got there. So, a place like Richmond, same way. I expect to go there. I expect to run top 3 at Richmond. You always want to go to the racetrack to win, but you give some realistic expectations first. So I feel like, we can win this weekend, but we're going to start with the top 5. Yeah, I can win at Richmond. I'm going to start with the top 3. We go to Michigan, and it's like, what can we do to finish in the top 15 here? So it's just kind of stuff like that. But we'll see how that plays out, and hopefully I'm right.
Do you notice that pep or
in those guys? Not really. I think Jimmy's he's got enough confidence. He's confident enough anywhere he goes that he's pretty good. So it's just a matter of if you look at it this way, disappointing those guys sometimes, and giving them something to shoot at for next time when you come here.
Thank you. Maybe we'll see you on Sunday.
All righty. Cool. Thanks.
I believe Paul Menard is in the house.